Greetings, Commanders! It's Ryant1UM here, and today we are back once again in Stellaris Console Edition with the Flameborn Reavers. That's right, you guys. So today, yes, we're back with the Flameborn, and after 3 wars, one that was not really that good, but the other two were quite profitable. We are now in a great position. Our empire is looking mighty fine now. Obviously, the empire's economy is looking a little bit less than fine, but that's mainly because I don't think it's ticked over yet. Let's go ahead and take a look at what happens when it ticks over. There we go. I was gonna say, I promise we're not that poor. So, we've got tons and tons of armies coming. Our fleets are just menacing as all get out. We are pretty much the most powerful in the galaxy, with the exception of the Yaru-associated domains. And honestly, they're probably going to be our next target, mainly being because they are inferior to us in fleet power, but also their tech is superior to us. Now the problem is this: they are in a federation with our enemies, the Sapien Interplanetary Commonality. The Sapien Interplanetary Commonality, they are pathetic and inferior to us, but their tech is equivalent to us, meaning we could crush their fleets. The problem is, I don't want to go to war with a gigantic empire like them just to get through a smaller empire known as the Yaru-associated domains. Get this song out of here, thank you. So that's kind of why I'm thinking we're going to spend a little bit of today bolstering our defenses, making sure that our borders are shorn up, making sure that our tech is good to go, making sure that our planets are all micromanaged the way that they need to be, making sure that we're continuing to purge all of the people that we need to, and then we will go to war when we are prepared. We do not want to jump into another war that could technically cost us a hell of a lot more than we could gain. So, the other problem is the Great Opalgek Empire is now actually protected by the Sapien Interplanetary Commonality because they are a vassal of the Sapien Interplanetary Commonality, or SIC is what I'll call them. Now, the good thing about that is they are a vassal, which means they'll probably vassalize them eventually. But at the same time, it's kind of unfortunate because I would have liked to, get rid of the Great Opalgek Empire in one fell swoop. But beggars can't be choosers, unfortunately. So what we're going to do is we're going to shore up all of our defenses, make sure that we've got, some good stuff going on back at the home front. We'll rest and repair our fleets, get them outfitted as well as upgraded and reinforced, and then we'll go from there. So, let's start her up, shall we? Holy jackpot of a system. 12 energy, 14 minerals, 6 society, 3 motes, 3 gas, 2 crystals, and 2 trade value. That is the home system of the freaking space amoebas. Holy crap. That is a nice system. My god. Yep, just as I assumed, the subject integration has begun, therefore the Great Opalgek Empire will now cease to exist, and it'll just be the Sapien Interplanetary Commonality within our borders, which is ironic. Hopefully they'll just kind of destroy these stations right here and I can just scoop them up. But we've got plenty of planets here to freaking colonize, my god. However, what we're doing is we're actually researching the synthetic personality matrix, which means we'll be able to start our synthetic ascension here very soon. All of our star hubs are being, or our star bases are being upgraded to just beefy bastion star fortresses. Now, I have considered building a sentry array, because that would allow me to see into their space up here, because they've got space there, and then they've got space actually down here as well. But it would also give me kind of a rough idea of what's going on in the rest of the galaxy, so that might be one of the other megastructures that we build, because we're going for the Dyson Sphere here very soon. In fact, we're going to go ahead and build that once this is done right here. Boom, boom, and boom. And let's find where exactly that Dyson Sphere is at, right there. 20,000. It'll be done in 4,800 days. Wonderful. Olympia has been encased. A size 25 Ecumenopolis is here for us to exploit. Eat your heart out, fanatic materialistic fallen empires. So, we're going to go ahead and build up a couple of these. And we'll probably just tear down one of those. That way we have a whole bunch of unemployed, and it'll all just roll into that one. So, let's get rid of all of that. Let's get rid of all of that. Then we'll come back down here, we'll rebuild the 2 research labs, and then we're actually going to make it even bigger. If we can... No, we can't. Okay, never mind. I was going to do that planetary prospecting thing to make it bigger, but it looks like we can't.
In progress.
But that is a-okay, because now we have ourselves a giant Ecumenopolis, and I am so freaking happy about that, dude. We've got growth speed increasing. We've got tons of research coming in, and we're going to be spitting out so many alloys. It's so awesome. So in other news, we're actually pretty much done with our gateway network as of now. Once CDAR gets built, we should be a-okay. But now the Yaru associated domain, they're starting to get a bit powerful for my liking. So that's kind of unfortunate, but once we actually have our ability to reinforce all of our fleets, I don't think they're going to be that much of an issue, because we're going to reinforce 89 more ships, a lot of which are actually cruisers and battleships, because we have a lot of our corvettes and destroyers already built. So we're going to get very, very, very powerful. What we're going ahead and doing right now is colonizing all of the worlds that we actually took from the, like, 3 empires that we basically absorbed. So we're going back and colonizing those bad boys, getting them under our control, starting growth on those, and then all the while, we are actually working on synthetic evolution, as well as the Colossus project. Now the problem is it was just so expensive, and it was a bullet that we were going to have to bite regardless, and it was inevitable of us having to bite that bullet, so... That's kind of what's going on there, but right now we're just kind of snowballing, getting some stuff going, and then we'll be ready to go to war probably in the next episode or at the end of today's episode, I don't know. The Dyson Sphere has been successfully and completely restored, giving us a whopping 4,000 energy instantly. Oh god, I love Dyson Spheres. Dude, so freaking much I love Dyson Spheres. Okay, good. So our energy problems are solved. We have nothing to worry about with energy as far as right now, which means we will be able to snowball even freaking faster, because now we can buy a whole bunch more alloys, we can buy a whole bunch more of everything that we need. It's time to get going. It's time to really get going. So that's exactly what we're going to do. New worlds are coming along nicely. Let's go ahead and grab our Ascension perk known as Galactic Wonders. And then lastly, what is our last one that we were going to take? Because I don't know. We've got Synthetic Evolution, Colossus Project, Master Builders, and Galactic Wonders, meaning we've got one more that we can take. I mean, I suppose we could probably take World Shaper and turn all of our worlds into Gaia worlds, but no, we like them to be tomb worlds, because we are those types of people. We could do Galactic Contender, because that would give us more stuff against the Fallen Empires. In fact, yeah, that's probably what we'll take. We'll probably take Galactic Contender. So we're actually going to go ahead and take that right now. And that'll finish off our stuff. Boom, bam. Alright. So there's an interesting event going on Novaroma at the moment. It is the Rowdy Bunch. This is the Feral Behavior modifier. Rooting out the problem, there is a spore that's growing on this planet, if I'm not mistaken. And it's causing the people to go insane and, like, cause tons of violence. Yeah, here it is. So if you utilize them, you get a massive boost to your growth speed. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to utilize the cave mushrooms. And once those cave mushrooms are utilized, you'll have a massive growth bonus with not a big negative, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look.
Special project.
Yeah, here we go. So, this is now a gas production world. That is going to be so good for us. So what this does is it adds a spore vent to Novaroma with the following result. Gas plant engineer jobs +2, plus 1 gas plant engineer job per 20 pops. But it also gives you the lesser evil modifier added, giving the following effects: negative 5% happiness, but a plus 20% growth speed, and it ends the chain. Now that is powerful. Honestly, that's very, very powerful, because we're already at a 1.69 per month, and that's minus 50% because of the new colony, and that's going to be growing so much more quickly. It's going to be so nice. So what exactly is going on with all these stations that just got upgraded? Well, we're starting to go over our naval cap, so we're going to go ahead and make all of these anchorages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 anchorages, and I think we'll be good to go on that front, honestly. Well, looks like the Yaru opened up the L gate, and thankfully there is no bad thing up there, with the exception of a civilization made completely out of nanites. I will take that any day over the garbage that can actually pour out of that goddamn thing. So, thankfully we don't have the L gate to worry about as of right now. The Desanu Consonance is what's up there. And I imagine, do they have their borders closed to us? I don't think they do they? They do. Or no, it's... They might not have their borders closed to us, but the people who own the L gates do have their borders closed to us. Okay, that's why. Okay, so we're nearing the end of today's episode, and things have been going much, much better for the economy and for the Empire itself. Now, all of our anchorages have actually just finished, but I'm gonna go ahead and start adding in the naval logistics offices while I talk to you guys. So, we are in a position as of right now where in the next episode we are most likely going to go to war with the Great Yaru, or whatever the hell they are, the Yaru people. And the reason being is because I want to go to war with them because they pose the most significant threat outside of the Fallen Empire. Now, the Fallen Empire and I are actually coming closer together with being kind of in line with one another's fleet power, so that's a good thing. The bad thing is, when we have two empires that are on the same level as us getting closer to the Fallen Empire's level, that's going to be a bit of an issue, because then we're going to be going up against basically two Fallen Empires, and then another Fallen Empire if the Fallen Empire decides to go to war with us. So, my logic is this. When we go to war with the Yaru-associated domains, we're going to go to war with the Sapien Interplanetary Commonality as well. Now, truthfully, the Sapien Interplanetary Commonality should be my first target, but I think the Yaru are, actually. Because the Yaru are only inferior to us, whereas the Sapiens are pathetic. If we take out the Yaru first... Oh, well, hello there! We are now so much more. So, perfect. Now we're synthetics, and we can just rule the galaxy now. Let's go ahead and take a look. Did we take any economy hits with that? I don't think so. No. Alright, perfect. So, lots of micromanagement to be done, a new species and everything like that. I haven't done any engineering tech in like 200, it's going to be over 300 months by the time it's done with the Colossus project, but hopefully we'll be able to get right back up to that. But yeah, the Yaru associated domains is what's coming next. So until next time, this has been Commander RYANT1UM signing off.